Hey guys, it's James from jdscripts.com and I'm back with a mechanic update to show you. So this is v1.5 mechanic. It's a free update for all customers and it's finally adding manual transmission swaps. So I've wanted to add this for quite a long time, but it's finally sort of working the way I like it, and I've got it working in a way that is kind of user-friendly for beginners, and it's has a deep integration with the game where it actually has a certain level of skill to it, but it can also damage your vehicle if you don't use it right. So without further ado, let me go ahead and install it first. So I'm going to go ahead and open up our tablet, and we're in our tablet, hit login, and it's a tuning option within the tuning menu. So you can set it up to need an item for it. So if I hit install, it's going to say I need one manual gearbox. So let's go ahead and give item manual gearbox 1. And there we go, got a manual gearbox. Go ahead and install, and I'm going to go to my engine and I'm going to go ahead and install it. So let's see if I can get this game right first time. There we go, look at that, I'm a professional. So we have our manual gearbox installed. So if we go ahead and jump into the vehicle, let's discard the invoice, jump into it, what's going to happen is I'm no longer going to automatically shift out first gear. So I've built this little HUD at the bottom just to demonstrate RPMs and my current speed and the gear. So if I start driving, it's going to leave me stuck in first gear. Now, this is going to do a couple of things. First of all, it's going to prompt me and say, here's how you upshift, here's how you downshift, but also it's going to start damaging my engine. So you'll notice in the bottom left, my engine is taking quite a lot of damage while I've driven in such high RPMs. But also you'll notice, obviously, I got my prompts. So by default, it'll be right shift and right control, but I can actually go ahead and change these key bindings by going to escape, settings, key bindings, and then down to GTA Online vehicles. And you'll see here we have shift gear up and shift gear down. I rebinded my shift gear down to the button just next to my right shift. So let's start driving properly. So off the line, you'll see that I'm in gear 1, I can shift up to gear 2, gear 3, gear 4, and what I can do is I can time my shifting to get maximum performance out of the car. So if you have a racing server or a very tight car culture on your server, you can add a level of skill with manual transmissions that you wouldn't otherwise have when you're running just automatics. So this makes it a lot more fun to drive, and as you see that I'm trying to go off in 4th gear and I can't, the car's very, very sluggish. So it just means that you have to really pay attention, and yeah, like I had a bunch of fun with this, and yeah, it's easy to use for beginners because you have the prompts with the keybinds, and yeah, you can just have a bunch of fun driving. You know, hill driving where you have to be in lower gears, all that good stuff. Now, one other thing in this update as well is something called smooth first gear. So this is something that is not turned on by default, but you'll probably notice as I drive off, my car doesn't immediately hit red line. It's a much slower curve, gives me much more time to respond. And that is a config option called config.smoothFirstGear. And that just means that the first gear is extended a little bit, the car doesn't have as much wheel spin as off the line, and it gives you a little more time to react. It's a little bit more like you're using a controller and you have that like steady acceleration, whereas on keyboard you just immediately foot down. So it's a little bonus. If you're heavily using manual transmissions, it could be a good idea to turn that on, but yeah, have a play around with it. So yeah, that's how you use it. There's lots of information and documentation. Jump on the Discord, discord.gg/jgscripts. Yeah, let me know what you think of it. I'm really, really excited for you to try this one out. As I said, it is a free update for all mechanic customers. So yeah, have fun. Cheers.